Happy birthday to the GOAT, Lelouch Lamperouche, Lelouch v Britannia, Zero, Emperor Lelouch, however you like to call him, and in honor of his birthday, Kogias Lost Stories has released a brand new character along with a brand new event. But should you summon this character? Well, in this video, you're gonna find out. Before I start going over the character, let me just go over how the event works because it's kind of important. If you go to the section here, it mentions you're getting these items called these chocolate fun days, and you get those also from completing the challenge missions. Now for these chocolate fun days, it says right here, you need them to awaken Lelouch. That means it's the only item that can awaken him. So if you're going to go for this Lelouch, I know I'll say this probably later on in the video, but if you're going to go for him, make sure to complete all the missions to max out this specific item because it's the only item that can awaken him. It's kind of like the Nightmare Frame boss battle events, which we'll get in the future. Not the first one, but the ones after that, where you have to get all the items that the game gives you for a specific Nightmare Frame. Now, at least in that case, we got all the Nightmare Frames and their exclusive upgrade items in the recent 1.5 anniversary event. They have not done that for this Lelouch, so if you're going to get this Lelouch, make sure you get all the items. Okay, let's talk about the brand new Lelouch. Okay, I'm at the banner for this new Lelouch. A couple of interesting things to note. Number one, if you go to the scout detail, he is the only rank 4 on it. It's very customary when a birthday character comes out, that's the only rank 4 on the banner. So it's much easier to get them when compared to other rank 4s on other banners. The next interesting thing to note is that it says 100 scout points, not 200, because that's the pity for this Lelouch. So it's easier to get him because he's only rank 4, and the pity for Lelouch is only 100 summons. That's still quite a lot, but compared to other characters, that's pretty good. Now let's start going over the character himself. So I'm going to hit the exchange button here and click on him. So Birthday Lelouch is a rank 4 Annihilator pilot. Always good to see. Decent attack stats. I mean, they're actually pretty good, but it's kind of annoying that the short range is better than the long range. We'll get to that later. On to the effects. So keeping the celebration going upon deployment and once every 20 seconds thereafter increases both the action speed of each currently placed Ash for pilot by 1.08 and their max health by 9% for 20 seconds. This will be improved with a Nightmare Frame that boosts the skill to level 5 like Zero's Borai, the Gwen, and other Nightmare Frames like that. The next ability is a standard, increases the speed that this unit's, increases the speed that this unit's Nightmare Frame skill gauge fills up by 52.5% during combat, and again, it'll be better if you use a Nightmare Frame that boosts his skill to level 5. The thing about this new Lelouch is that he's not awful. He's got really good balanced attack stats, and one of the underrated aspects to him is the high durability, meaning high health and high defense, which I can't say for all Annihilator pilots. In fact, he's even better than the new Guilford we just got, who was supposed to be a high durability pilot, which is actually kind of funny to me. I never got this character when it first came out on any of my accounts. I never thought to do so, and the reason why is because my team was already well established before he came out. I already have melee attackers with higher attack than this, and range attackers with higher attack than this, so I didn't see the value in it. Generally, when I want to pick a character to summon or not summon, I think of the long-term use in the game and how many missions it'll help me complete. And if I don't evaluate the pilot to be that useful for those specific things, I generally don't summon them. And that's how I felt about Birthday Lelouch. Is he awful? No. Is he amazing? No. He's mediocre. He's like in the middle. Mid! And that's fine. His best use in the game is probably during the Ashford faction challenges, which is even mentioned, by the way, in this particular event. And if you're having issues during those events, then yes, this Lelouch will definitely help you get through that stuff. And one of the reasons why he'll help you out during the Ashford faction challenges is because his abilities boost the Ashford pilots. It is kind of frustrating though that for a Annihilator pilot with, I would argue, mid attack stats, he doesn't boost them at all, which is frustrating. And I hate Annihilators that don't do that unless their abilities are really good. In his case, they're okay. They're not the best. Now that being said, his ability to boost all the Ashford pilots is useful for Ashford Lelouch and Butler Lelouch. So if you use all three together, that could be a very deadly combination. And of course, I have to mention that when the Gawain comes out, he will combo very well with that Nightmare Frame because he has really high range attack. Well, not high range, but mid range attack power. And because the Nightmare Frame skill gauge fills up even faster as he's the pilot, that's going to go very well with the Gawain. He also gets a very nice first year anniversary boost. Not so much attack stats, although it does get a nice increase, but really it's the health, which makes him even more of a tank. So in the future, he will be more playable than he is now. And I think the high melee attack is not terrible, but there's not too many Nightmare Frames in the game that boost his skill to level 5 that will make use of it. Maybe the Shinkiro will have a really nice melee weapon, but the point is there's not too many options. So if you don't care about that particular aspect, it's okay. But for me, I wish his long range was better, and I believe it becomes better in the first year anniversary boost. So overall, not the best pilot in the game, will help you with the Ashford faction wars, and I think if you're collecting the art in general, then obviously go for it. He's not my favorite character in the story.
Blasphemy!
And of course you guys know who that is because I made sure to get her birthday character when she came out. But because Lelouch is not my favorite, if I don't get him, it's not the end of the world. Also keep in mind the next event banner is going to be the Halloween one, and before that we're going to get a brand new Suzaku, Chigisa, which is Valletta, and Millie. I'm not saying that next banner is that great, although Suzaku is really good. I'll get to that when we get there. But the Halloween banner is definitely something you should consider thinking about down the horizon. And even beyond that, there's the Christmas and the New Year's as well. So it's very important, especially if you're a free-to-play player, to think about all this stuff if you're going to invest time into a character like B-Day Lelouch, who has pretty good stats, decent effects, but is not that useful outside of his faction, and not something I think you'll be using long-term in the game, as evident by the fact that currently in the tier list he's B rank, and that makes sense because his usability is not that great. Anyways, beyond this banner, there's still the athletic event going on right now, and if you're curious about my thoughts on those characters, specifically the new Cornelia, then check out this video right here, and of course, top 10 tips for beginners, because hey, maybe just start playing this game. Either way, watch these videos right now.